The message popped up while I was setting the table for dinner. I won't be long. Those words fell heavy. For many weeks, she hadn't bothered telling me any more where she was going. I stared at the screen until a little heart emoji appeared. It wasn't for me. She had sent it to someone else and tried to delete it, but she was too late. She looked up from her phone, gave me a cold smile, and grabbed her jacket. I won't be long, she said again. I just nodded my head slowly. Take your time. She leaned in and kissed my cheek. I love you. It was a lie she had practiced many times before. When the door closed, the strange and heavy silence in the house felt more honest than our marriage. Right then, I made a very quiet choice. When she returned, I was already gone. People think betrayal begins when you catch someone. It doesn't. It starts when your heart stops asking questions because you already know the truth. I noticed all the small signs. She laughed differently at her phone and used passwords she never needed before. She stayed late at work, went to meetings on the weekend, and wore a new perfume. None of it was dramatic, but together it felt like poison in our daily life. I never once even peeked at her phone. I just sat and watched patterns tell the truth. Every Thursday at 7:15, she had the same excuse and the same goodbye. I felt like a stranger in my own home, watching the woman I once thought I knew better than anyone else. She didn't notice. People who tell lies hardly ever look behind them. Instead of yelling, I hired a kind professional to find the facts. First, the pictures came. Then, the hotel bills and security videos. She wasn't meeting a co-worker. She was living a whole other life. The part that hurt most wasn't the affair. It was how long it lasted. 3 years, almost half our marriage. While I was buying gifts for our anniversaries, she was busy lying to me. I read the reports twice to make sure every happy memory was gone before I moved. Then I went to my lawyer. We got every account and paper ready. The house was mine long before the wedding, and my money was safe. She never saw the papers disappearing. She thought I was just happy, but really, I was just getting ready. The final proof was a voice recording. Her lover laughed and asked, "Were you finally going to leave your husband?" She didn't wait. He will never see it coming. I turned it off right there. That evening, she walked in with shopping bags. "I'm home." "I know," I answered. She looked relieved because I seemed calm. I pushed an envelope across the kitchen counter. She looked confused. Inside the envelope were the photos, the hotel bills, and the reports. Her hands started to shake. She said my name softly. I just watched. For the first time in years, she had nothing to hide behind. She tried to say it wasn't what it looked like, but I knew exactly what it was. She started to cry. She wasn't sorry. She was just sad that her performance was over. I put another envelope down. Divorce papers already signed. The locks will be changed tomorrow. I told her. She begged me to stay. I told her I believed her every time she said she'd be late, but I just stopped believing she was ever coming home. She reached out for my hand, but I moved away. I wasn't angry anymore. I just felt far away. Permanent. She finally realized that the punishment was realizing she had already lost me. I left before sunrise. The house looked exactly the same, but the lie was gone. Months later, she was still trying to explain herself to everyone. I never listened again. Some doors stayed closed forever. She said, "I won't be long." I told her, "Take your time." When she finally got back home, I was already gone.